Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. What I just purchased is some acerola cherries. They're not an actual cherry, but they look like little cherries. It's a small bush. You can prune it into a tree. These are tropical, okay? The only way I can really grow them here is if I'm going to be putting them in containers and bringing them inside when the nights get below freezing. But what I might do in the future is we might get another greenhouse, but a taller one, and grow only certain types of trees like these acerola cherries, maybe some other tropical fruits. Something that is very beneficial for your health. Now, these acerola cherries have an extremely high content of vitamin C. Now, if you know anything about vitamin C, our bodies don't produce it. We have to get it from our diet. So lots of fruits and vegetables, mainly raw, because once you start cooking your vegetables, it kills the vitamin C pretty much. Just a small handful of these will more than is plentiful of vitamin C for your daily allowance. That's why we're growing them, because it's a natural vitamin C. Ascorbic acid isn't a true vitamin C. It's a synthetic, pretty much, vitamin C. Vitamin C is a spectrum of I don't know what you call it, nutrients that make up vitamin C. Ascorbic acid is one of those. So to get the full spectrum of vitamin C, you need to eat it from your fruits and vegetables. Now, what you know that I make liposomal vitamin C, and that gets into your bloodstream much quicker and more efficiently. I usually take that, but along with that, we're going to be munching on these cherries, these acerola cherries, to get our extra boost of vitamin C, the natural source. So what I'm going to be doing now is mixing up. I have here a pile of 5 different types of like composted, composted wood chips. I got my clean out from my chicken coop. I got some soil from a low lying area of my property here, where it's usually wet all the time, so it's very rich soil. And just whatever compost we have, we throw it in there, and it gets all worked up and composted down really good. I'm going to be using this, and over here I have a pile of mushroom compost. So this here is my pile of mushroom compost. This is fresh mushroom compost. It even smells fresh. Yeah, it's fresh. Good stuff. But what we're looking for here is mixing this with the other compost that we have. What we're trying to create is a very nutrient dense soil for these plants, so they can grow quickly and produce fruit. So mushroom compost along with the other compost, we're going to create a very rich, high in organic matter, of course, so it can drain well too. We need some nice well draining soil, but yet retain moisture. That's what we're looking for, because this is a tropical plant. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mix half and half of this cart with this compost and the other half with the mushroom compost. Mix it in here real good, and I'm going to start filling these pots up, and then we're going to plant them. So right now, it's in the triple digits. It's about 100 degrees. For those of you watching outside the US, it's roughly 37, 38 Celsius out here. Hot. And it's humid. The humidity is like 80, 85, 90% or something. It's ridiculous. So on days like this, I like taking a little break. Let me show you something very refreshing that we make here, and very hydrating, very refreshing. Let me show you. Oh, that's so good. This here is cucumber juice. I know it doesn't sound very appetizing to a lot of people, but it's very, very refreshing. What my wife does is we have these masticating juicers. We got two different types actually. We got one that's horizontal and one that's vertical. But we'll run it through the masticator twice because the pulp is still pretty wet and you can get more juice out of it. Put them in these mason jars. We put a little lemon juice in there, put it in the fridge, get it nice and cold. Oh, on days like this when it's 100, degrees, it is absolutely fantastic. Very refreshing, hydrates your body, loaded with all the nutrients in here. Very good for you, and it's just refreshing. That looks pretty good. We're gonna mix it up in here a little bit. The compost from that pile and this mushroom compost, and we'll be ready to put it in our pots. Okay. Did I tell you it was hot out here? Woo! So here I have a bucket of gravel. You want to line the bottom of your pot with rocks, but before you do that, if you look in here, I have holes drilled out so the water can get out. You obviously want water to drain, of course. But we don't want dirt coming out of the holes or the soil, the dirt, to clog up the holes up either. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some gravel in there, just a little bit. Then we want to push the rocks up against where the holes were. You seen the holes were all along here. That's just to keep the soil from the pot from going near the holes and plugging it up. Just like that. All right, I got my pots ready. I got 2 here. I got 2 more over there. And now it's just a matter of filling them up. And we'll be ready to plant. All right, that's good enough for now because the pot's got to go in there too. Okay, so I'm gonna finish up the other 3, and we'll be ready to do our transplant. All right, guys. So what I like doing, I like putting azomite in my soil. It's a volcanic ash-based mineral. Want to sprinkle some of that in there like that, and just get yourself some good organic fertilizer. It's not important as long as it's organic. You won't burn the plant. Okay, so now I'm just gonna mix that in. Like that. That'll do it. This way, the plant, once the root systems start coming out and hitting this soil, it'll start getting more of a nutrient dense. They'll start hitting the nutrient dense soil basically, and really start getting that plant to grow. And the more nutrients you have in your soil, of course, especially the minerals, the sweeter your fruit will taste, or your vegetables, whatever you're growing. And the more nutrient dense your plants will be. You can get store-bought compost, that'll work too. The key here is the bacteria in the soil is the key. Once there's good bacteria in the soil, and you need organic material for that, like the mushroom compost and compost in general. When they eat the compost, they release an acid, and that acid is what breaks down minerals and into a form your plants could absorb, therefore feeding the plant, and then when you eat that plant, it feeds you. It's that simple. Okay, I just got to finish up those other 3 with the fertilizer and azomite, and we'll be ready to plant. So I ordered these from Etsy. They were reasonably priced. I'm going to put a link in the description. I'm not affiliated with them or anything, but it's called Mackenzie Farms. And they're from South Carolina here to East Texas. It was shipped in like a couple of days. It was very fast shipping. As soon as the guy got to order, man, he shipped it the next day. So it's awesome. They're approximately a foot tall, roughly. Come in a pot, and he's got them packed with newspaper. They were all laying down in this box, all packed with newspaper, really nice. And they came here and they look pretty good. So I ordered 4, of course, and of course he puts these little baggies around the pot so the dirt doesn't go all over the place. And he also put paper on the pot so the soil doesn't come out all in the box, and it works pretty good. So now what we're going to do is take them out of these pots and put them into the big pots. Okay, I got the soil all prepared here. Just going to take these out of the pot. Ooh, not much root system. Well, there is, but I thought it would be more root bound. And these are obviously cuttings, and that's really what you want. Because from what I understand, it's very hard to grow them from seed. And if you do manage to grow them from seed, you have to wait a few years before they start producing fruit. Whereas these are cuttings from a mature branch. They should start producing fruit right away, pretty much right away. Okay, we're going to put that in here like that. There's your new home. Get it out of the pot. Now, you don't want the roots all the way deep into the soil, but just even with the soil. The top of the soil here. Just like that. Now, right underneath here is where the roots start. Okay. Wow, and I see a flower just starting to bud on here, right? There's going to be a little flower there. All right, we'll give them a nice drink of fresh rainwater. If you guys haven't watched my videos on my rainwater catchment system, I'm going to put that up here also. So you guys can check those out. I think I got a playlist of that. You want to give them a good watering, because this is their first watering, of course, and the soil, my soil was dry. So I'm just going to put a little water on there, let it soak down, and give them a little more. I got the other 2 planted also. And I just got to water my other 2 here. All right, I got my other 2 watered real good. And of course, your first watering, you want that soil drenched. The first one only. Because remember, all that organic material will absorb and hold as much water as possible, while the rest of it just drains out of the pot. And that's what we want. After that, you just want to keep the soil moist, you know, because in the tropics, the soil there would be fairly moist because it rains a lot. But you don't want to be sick. You don't want the bush or whatever, the plant, to be sitting in a puddle of water. That you don't want. So in the meantime, these are draining. The organic material is all holding in that moisture, and that's what they want. Now, the vitamin C that these things put out, as I mentioned earlier, is a natural vitamin C, and it's got all the elements of the vitamin C, not just one component of it, like ascorbic acid. Vitamin C is so important for you. It prevents scurvy. You look that up and you see what that is. Prevents your gums from bleeding, your artery. It strengthens all your arteries, your artery walls. Less chance of you getting a stroke that way. All your connective tissues, your muscles. When I was working out last year, my tendons and ligaments were killing me, and I had to stop because I couldn't figure out what was going on. I was deficient in vitamin C. Vitamin C is so important for the production of collagen, and that's why it's so important for all your arteries and your connective tissues and your skin and all that stuff. Because without collagen, you're pretty much going to fall apart. It's basically what it boils down to. So very important for collagen formation. And also what we do, you sip on chicken broth, a chicken bone broth would be good. You can buy containers of collagen, and you just mix it with water or your favorite juice or whatever and just chug it down. But it's very important that you get collagen along with vitamin C. And like I said, the natural vitamin C from fruit is much better than ascorbic acid because, like I said, ascorbic acid is only one component of the vitamin C. So guys, it's very, very important that you get vitamin C from your fruits and your vegetables, but eaten raw. All right, guys, so, oh, one more thing. These, again, obviously are tropical. Now, they do enjoy the heat. When they're planted in the ground, they will enjoy the heat. The problem is when they're in pots and it's triple-digit temperatures like this, those pots are going to start cooking, all right? They're going to get very hot. So either find a way to shade the pot itself, maybe put some kind of a white tarp or something around it, not the plant, but the pot itself, or you're going to have to maybe put them in a somewhat shaded area. Just going to have to keep your eyes on it. Put your hand on the soil, deep into the soil, and if it's cooking in there, it's going to cook the roots because the pots are going to get hot compared to if you had them planted in the ground. So just keep an eye on that. But they do need full sun, the plant itself. All right, guys, so I'm going to keep you updated on this throughout the year. And like I said, we'll be bringing these plants in to our storage building, most likely when the nights do fall below freezing, which it happens here a lot, occasionally. A lot. It does happen quite often. Yeah. All right, guys, so hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.